All
Oh
right, all
yeah.
right, all right.
Welcome.
Welcome back to the channel, guys. Getting you on the grind and improving your mind in every single video and live stream that we do. So, guys, before we begin with anything, make sure you guys smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Show some support to our slow, fast-growing channel. We appreciate the support. And if, as always, if you want to donate to the Cash App, link in the description below to support the channel and the funds for the equipment for the channel, do that. So, now let's get into the topic of today's show. We don't want to waste your time with some bullshit. So today's topic is going to be about how women can destroy your future career, potentially if you let them. Right. So today's main focus is going to be digging into the Jonathan Majors situation that's going on right now. This is just the most recent situation that we have, so we figured we talk about this, just because it's so recent. It's going on right now, and we don't know what's going to happen with it. So we figured we would start by going to this article to kind of show you guys what we're talking about, and then we're going to go into this little slide we got for you demonstrating how we can understand and what kind of solutions there are to avoid going through what Jonathan Majors is going through right now. So let's start getting into it.
Yeah, so this article that we have right here is from Polygon. I'll have the article in the description of the live stream after, so you guys can see it once the stream is over. You guys can read it yourself or you can find it on your own. It's up to you. But so it says Jonathan Majors dropped from several projects following domestic violence allegations. Majors is still currently starring in Marvel Universe as Kang. So who knows if that will change or not. As of us doing this live stream at this moment, he is still Kang. Don't really know what's going on with that. And yeah, Marvel Studios must be bricking their pants right now because of. So actor Jonathan Majors, known for his roles in Creed 3, HBO's Lovecraft Country, Marvel Studios, and Man of the Wasp: Quantumania, being removed from projects after his arrest in March on assault charges. Majors is set to appear in New York Supreme Court in Manhattan on May 8th. Majors was arrested on charges of strangulation, assault, and harassment on March 26th. Shortly after Majors' arrest, his lawyer released a statement claiming that the actor was innocent and that Majors was actually the victim of an altercation with the woman he knows.
Both situations can be true. Once again, guys, just like with the Tate situation, these people are innocent until proven guilty. So we don't know. We don't know what's going on in the scenes. Who knows? But what we do know is that Jonathan Majors is not at the top of his game when it comes to females. That is what we do know, and we're going to tell you about why in a little bit. But keep going.
Yeah, so Majors' crisis publicist, who is also the husband of his attorney, okay,
Great.
thanks, released text messages from the alleged victim in hopes that they would clear up Majors' involvement. That defense seemed to backfire. The texts, some said, read like they were written by a victim of abuse. After these details came to light, several productions and agencies dropped Majors. Majors' public company and Management 360 reportedly parted ways with the actor, though the talent agency WME still represents him at the time of publication. Majors has also stepped down from the board of the Gotham Film and Media Institute and the Sydney Poitier Initiative, and he has been dropped from a number of advertising campaigns as well as the upcoming movie The Man in My Basement, an untitled Otis Redding biopic that Majors was reportedly considering, has also parted ways with the actor.
So you could see so far from what we've seen, just because he got into some situation with some girls and now they're using it against him, or maybe he messed up, maybe he didn't have emotional self control in his own life, possibly. Who knows? I don't think so though. Just because of all that, now his career is being affected. He's losing money. People are starting to companies are starting to go against him, and things are not working in his favor. All of this can be avoided. I mean, we're going to talk a little bit more about it later, but if you don't understand women and really like kind of have a good strong grasp of who you are, what you want, how you want things to be done, and also if you're not completely honest with girls and everything, things like this will happen and life will backfire on you. Women have the potential to destroy your entire life if you let them, and you have to be 110% in control of your life at all times. And women have a very interesting ability to get guys off their chair in a sense, and just get them to lose their minds and or commit crime and make bad things happen. Not talking about Jonathan Majors, but a lot of guys go through this because they are simply weak when it comes to the opposite sex. They don't know how to handle girls, certain situations, and they lose their emotional edge. Some guys actually do hit women and abuse them and all that, and that should not happen.
Yeah, we don't like that. We don't
Only
like that.
only weak males actually hit women and stuff because women are not as strong as men, so we should not have to. You really should not be dealing with a girl that hits you. Absolutely not. You walk away immediately, never talk to her again, block her, and no way. But obviously, Jonathan Majors is not at the level of that yet because he's going through the situation, and this kind of stuff doesn't happen to guys with really good social intelligence when it comes to the opposite sex. So maybe he's doing something wrong. We have not seen the text, so we don't know.
Yeah.
But there's so many ways you can avoid this kind of stuff. But number one is don't let fame make you think that women will not try to go after you or you are untouchable because you're famous. No, actually, you're actually more of a target if you're
you're
famous.
more in danger
The more you
being
make,
famous
the
than
more
not.
girls will try to take.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
be careful.
Yeah, so I'm going to continue a little bit more so we can get some more out of this. According to a report from Variety, multiple alleged abuse victims of
Here they
Majors
come.
have come forward following his arrest and are cooperating with the Manhattan District Attorney's Office in its case against Majors. Among these alleged victims is someone who apparently worked on Marvel Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, in which Majors portrayed Kang, the movie's principal villain. Marvel remains in business with Majors as of publication time, with production for Avengers: The Kang Dynasty reporting beginning next spring. The actor is deeply connected to the Marvel Cinematic Universe's current slate of films. He appeared in the first season of Loki as a character named He Who Remains, and was set up to be a Thanos-sized threat going forward. At the end of Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, Majors was shown to play even more roles with thousands of time-traveling Kangs and Kang variants appearing in credit scenes. Kang is an integral villain to the MCU's current story arc, which culminates in Avengers: The Kang Dynasty and Avengers: Secret Wars, where Major's villain will likely help to reset the MCU for a brighter future.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, because
Yikes.
the potential of recasting the role presents Marvel with a challenge. Loki season 2, expected to include Majors in a fairly prominent role, is already in the can. The news may even impact Disney's VOD slate as the company looks for the right time to release Quantumania on Disney Plus amid Majors' legal troubles. As Hollywood reacts to the news erupting around Majors, the actor's representatives still attempt to counter new statements. Jonathan Majors is innocent and has not abused anyone. His attorney wrote in an email blast to press on April 19th. We have provided irrefuable evidence to the district attorney that the charges are false. We are confident that he will be fully exonerated. The thing is people can say whatever they want. The people who are abused could not have actually been abused and only are making allegations to get against Majors. I'm not saying that that's the truth. I'm not saying that this is truth, but it is something that can be a possibility. I'm also saying that Jonathan Majors can also say that these are false, even though they could be true. And I don't know if him abusing these people are actually true or actually false. I'm not Jonathan Majors. I'm not his brother or his assistant or anything like that. I didn't actually witness any of these things, so we cannot prove to you that it actually happened because none of us were there, right? And so we can only assume what we know and just go with what we have.
Yeah.
And we also have to make sure that the people who are being accused or whatever are innocent until proven guilty, because we like to not do that a lot because of journalism.
All right. Well, what we do, as I said, what we do know is Jonathan Majors has some women's issues. Obviously, something's going on behind the scenes, or maybe just a bunch of girls are colluding together. Like, yeah, we got to get this guy. This guy's the next hot thing in Hollywood, and I want a piece of that.
Yeah,
I
I
want it.
want it.
I want it now. So let's go into some slides here.
Yeah, so let me bring this up for you guys. I gotta make sure I have the
And I hope
right.
Jonathan Majors is of course innocent because no girl should have to go through that. That's not good.
Yes, exactly.
How women can destroy your career if you let them, right?
Yeah. Well, it's
As
not. It's not. We're not there yet, but we
right,
will be.
almost there.
We will be. I gotta make sure I have the right one. Oh yeah, I gotta do this. Sorry, guys. Making sure we do it the right way because I don't want us to look very dumb. Nice.
Hmm.
This one. Yes. So it should be coming up any second, and we will get started because we are the best out here. Oh yeah. Here we go. Hello there.
All right. So, as said before, yes, this is the truth. So let's go into why. Why
Why
does
does this
this
happen?
happen? So, one of the reasons why Jonathan Majors and many celebrities and many people in general go through this situation is because they choose women with red flags. So if you're a guy, let's say you're dating and you're just having fun in your life and you're trying to look for the opposite sex to spend nights with or to hang out with or to meet, a lot of guys are very ignorant and they think that they know all, they have all the social intelligence, they know all about women, they know what they're doing, and then women get them with some bullshit later on, or they don't know what they're doing, and then they simply ignore the red flags in the first place. The guys try to date women that they know is not good for them, but they do it anyway, even though they know they're not compatible, but they just want some quick action or they just want some emotional connection because a lot of guys are lonely out there. So what they'll do is they will try to bond with women that they know are not worth bonding with, but it's a little bit of cat. A little bit. I'm trying to be friendly today for YouTube. It's, they want some cat from women, and to do that, they will go out with any women just because they want it. And a lot of women will be like, okay, well, if you want this cat, you're gonna do this and this, and I'm still not gonna respect you, but I'll give you a little bit of cat. That way, you'll you'll feel some type of way, and I can get your money and all that. So a lot of guys choose women that the common red flags. She does not listen to anything you're saying. She's very rude. She shows up late. Like there's so many different little things. If you don't get them quickly, they will add up for time. A lot of guys just don't understand that realm. Mike, what do you think about that?
Yeah. So you when you start, talking, seeing women, you need to you need to look for a lot of these red flags. You got to vet them out. You got to understand like where they're coming from, who these people are, what they do. If you start spotting red flags, you can just there's a many different ways you can go about it. You can either point them out, be like, hey, I don't like this. This needs to, you need to be different about this. That well, whatever the context of whatever this red flag typically is, be like, hey, this is a red flag. I don't really like this. You can be very upfront about it, or you can just be like, you know what, this isn't for me. I'll see in the future some point somewhere,
All right.
and just go away.
A lot of
That's
guys are
just
afraid to let go.
how the best way to get rid of, to deal with red flags, either to directly talk to them and see what happens, or you just be like, no, not for me. Let's go. Just because you don't want to be people that have red flags, because the things like Jonathan Majors could possibly happen where they get all crazy and it makes you go crazy, and then you do something really stupid that you probably shouldn't have done. And especially if you don't have the second one that we're going to get to in a second, if you don't have that, then you will go crazy and you'll do something very harsh
You
and
guys
very
make
rash.
sure you're always checking yourself and make sure that you're doing things for the right reasons and you're not just going after girls because of certain things. And make sure that it actually respects you. Make sure that you're not choosing the wrong type of women for you. We have to take accountability for the women that we allow into our lives. And if you're not taking that accountability, you are going to make some mistakes along the way. Guys, be very careful, especially these days. Society's weird out here. You guys got to really watch you let in your inner circle. Make sure you vet these women properly. And now the next reason is why this happens is that some men do not have emotional self control. So a lot of you guys are emotionally unhinged, and you'll hit women, and you'll say dumb things that can be used against you in the future because you're not in the best emotional state of mind. A lot of you are not even ready to be with a woman yet. You have much self development to do on yourselves, and you try to rush the process, and you get right into dating all these women, and then you don't know who you are, and you have outbursts easily. You end up yelling at women, cursing at women, texting her very naughty things, and they will use it in the future if things go wrong, or she doesn't get her way and things can go wrong. A lot of this can be solved by having emotional self-control. What do you think about not
Yeah,
having emotional
yeah.
self-control?
This is something we've talked about a lot on the channel before, and so if you haven't been to the channel before, definitely go and look at a bunch of different live streams that where it would come up. And emotional self control is very necessary for a man. So you need to have emotional self control, especially when it comes to women, because women love the drama. They love that type of stuff because it emotionally fulfills them, right? So if they try to inflict drama upon you, right, and try to start things with you, you need to have the emotional self control to not get angry, not to get upset, not to lash out. You need to, just whatever they say, you need to just go with the flow. Just if they're trying to come at you, you don't gotta, you don't have to, bring up the same energy with like that. You just have to be like, okay, cool. Just if you want to be funny about it, you can troll like Andrew does. You totally troll it out. But as long as you have self control, where you don't have this urge to want to hit somebody or hit someone specific, like a
Yeah,
woman,
you guys
definitely
let
don't do that.
you guys let women get your socks off, and they completely destroy your emotional state, and you lose your temper. You punch a hole in the wall. You do dumb stuff because you care too much about what these chicks are saying, and you take it too personally, and you go crazy, and you allow your brute strength to destroy your life. And it's very unfortunate, but a lot of men are simply very weak when it comes to their emotions, and they don't know how to utilize it and organize them properly. And it's very unfortunate. It's something that you can learn, though. You can get better at that, but you have to always be careful with how you react to women, because they actually they'll get a thrill off making you lose your shit. They will just they're just laugh at you, and they're gonna enjoy the drama and all that. Don't even give them any of that. Don't give them that. Just be that rock. Be that hardcore dude that just doesn't lose cool. He's just chilling, and if he encounters any disrespect, he just dismisses her immediately. We ain't got time for that.
Yeah,
We ain't got time for
ain't
that.
nobody got time for that. And so with other things like, so things like society, how society is now, especially social media is definitely right now being used to just air out everyone's dirty laundry, everyone's drama. And so women will definitely use that to try to air out domestic issues that should be handled within that, what you would call the household. These issues should be handled within that. So but a lot of women are very scared to do that because a man who does not have emotional self control and does hit women is back. And so that's why women will do these types of things, because they are too afraid to wanting to confront you specifically or confront someone, this man, about it, because they are afraid to get hit more. And so if this is actually happening, and so women will use social media, will go to people um, and try to pretty much gather a system of people to pretty much rally against you because that you're doing these terrible things. And you pretty much don't, if you had self-control in the first place, none of this would happen, just saying. But and if you at least have some sort of self-control, you could be able to handle it within the household. But these things are happening. Women are going to social media. They are saying, they'll put up pictures of like their black eye or whatever and be like, my my man hit me, blah blah blah, this stuff. And then your entire career collapses once that post goes up and everyone starts seeing it. Then your boss is coming at you like, oh, we're firing you, you're being let go, you abuse people, you're next in line for this movie role. No, we're not gonna hire you. You're too much of a liability, blah blah blah, all these things. If you had all had it took care of red flags and you were emotionally self-controlled, this society and social media would not be against you, but they are. And let me go into the next one now, sorry, because it goes into now. Some women will use social media, some women will use society to get revenge on you. And when we mean, or some sort of justice, what we mean by that, I'm sorry, I know you wanted to say something,
That's
but
I,
I want
I
to,
forgot what I was gonna say now. Actually,
you'll probably get it back when I finish speaking this. Some women will want to get revenge and stuff because maybe they didn't hurt you. Maybe that's not even the case. Maybe they didn't hurt you. Maybe this guy did not do anything bad in physically to you, but maybe he was not doing the right thing, not saying the right things. Maybe he lured you in a specific way. He said, "Oh yeah, maybe we'll be something." in the future, but all he does is hit it and quit it with and ghost you completely. You get really upset. You get these women get really hurt by these things, and then they get angry and they're like, I want revenge. This guy that I had sex with, I slept with, he's a millionaire, he's got a movie, he's in movies, he's a movie star, whatever. I put this on social media that he did this to me, and I'm going to ruin his career because that he lied to me. Women can do that, and women probably have done that, but it's not every case, and I want to just make that clear. Now, do you have anything you want to add to that?
Right. A lot of social issues that are going on right now, especially this gender war thing. A lot of people, the society, TV, movies portray men as weak, and it gives this woman kind of like an empowerment incentive to kind of like now you can get him, girl. You can take all this stuff, and like same thing with like marriage and stuff. If the girl's mentally ill, she might try to retaliate against something that you might have done in the past, and she'll try to blame you for these things if it actually happened. Now, very true. And we take this matter seriously. We are in a more serious vibe in this live stream because these are serious things that can happen to you no matter how much you earn a year, no matter how much game you think you have, no matter how smart you think you are, no matter what degree you have in college or whatever you've done at this point up to your life, no matter who you are, you can get an allegation or accusation against you if you're not smart with girls, and it will be coming at a very big cost if you're not smart with the way you handle your love life, because these things will come back even years later. It will haunt you and it will destroy you. It will take away your job, your mental health. Sometimes it actually has you take your own life because of certain accusations, and this can be avoided. You need to just be very aware of how the world is right now and its very delicate emotional state, especially here in the US, and take things seriously when it comes to females. Because if you're a man and you do not, regardless if you're a celebrity or just the average Joe off the street, no matter what, these things can and will bite you in the ass if you're not prepared to handle it. This does happen. It could happen. And I'm not saying it will happen to you, but not just it probably won't doesn't mean it possibly can. So something you guys need to be extremely wary of. It's just a topic that's very important to understand and know that everything you do can have a cost. That's why even if you mess with girls in the workplace, we've done a video on that before. You can check it out. If you mess with girls in the workplace and you do something dumb, if you're not socially inept and you're not saying the right things or you do things the wrong way, girls will take things out of context and you will get a sexual harassment suit complaint against you, and you could potentially lose your job. Be very smart when you interact with girls. Text messages, voicemails, in person, being recorded, anything's possible, especially in the world technology is everywhere. So have everything ready just in case, and make sure everything you ever say it won't be used against you someday, and try to make sure nothing is ever taken out of context. Easy, example, Andrew Tate, anything's ever said, pretty much.
Pretty much
Pretty
everything.
much. So did it, and then the last point we have is like, did it actually happen? Well, did it? Sometimes no. Truth is false allegations are a real thing. They do happen. Sometimes it actually didn't happen, but doesn't mean you still cannot. You don't want to waste your time on accusations and lawyers and court fee. You don't. God, that's a whole road. You don't even want to go down. That's legal stuff. That's just hell, and
Yeah.
it's a waste of time. You could avoid all that by understanding the situation and knowing how to navigate the world. So did it actually happen with Jonathan Majors? We don't know. Probably not. Probably just the girls. Of course, now he's famous, so now, of course, now he's really now he's big. So now they're gonna go after him, of course, right? The new guy, the new thing, the new way. It's a common tale, but you still need to be careful, and you still need to understand the situation in order just so you can avoid this ever happening to you.
Yeah. Did it happen? We don't know. Did it happen to you? Possibly. We don't know. But we're not saying that why when we say did it actually happen, we're not saying, oh, allegations are just only allegations, that it doesn't mean that they actually happen. Sometimes it no, that I don't I believe that, they do happen, because I know that a lot of men out here, or males, are, weak people, and they will hit women for stupid reasons, and because that they're dumb and they do dumb things. So I'm not saying that, we're not trying to say that women only try to do allegations to hurt men. It's mostly women. Most women that put out allegations, it most likely is because these dumb males actually hit them. But we're not also saying that the false allegations don't happen either. So it both happen. But let's continue to the next thing. So, how to avoid this potential reality happening to you?
Number one, the first one is extremely easy.
Easy.
You just don't hate girls.
Just don't do
You
it.
just
We just don't do that
you
here.
just don't do it. Don't lose your cool. Ever strike a woman. Don't even make any threats. Don't say anything. Don't do anything that will be used against you in the future potentially if you mess things up. Don't do it. Just don't do it. Not worth it. Definitely not worth it.
Definitely
If you
not.
want to hit something, get a punching bag or uh, join a sport that involves hitting. Be
Yeah,
productive with your mind. Don't waste it on hitting a girl that cannot beat you up.
yeah,
Or
exactly.
maybe can if you're a weak piece of shit.
Also, another thing is to find ways to learn emotional self control. Those ways can be used like through combat sports, like martial arts. You can also use meditation. There's so many different things that you can try to use
Yeah,
to
learn about
find
stoicism.
emotional self control. Stoicism is another thing. There's so many different ways and so many different avenues to go to achieve emotional self control. But it's important, very very important to have emotional self control, especially when it comes to women. Very important.
Right. You guys have to understand that you can control your emotions. It is possible. Something you can work on like a skill. It takes time, but it is possible. Take deep breaths, get your sleep well, have a positive mindset, exercise, just never have to resort to violence when it comes to women in any situation ever. Not worth it. If a woman hits you, especially if it's not really like a big hit, just walk away, never talk to her again. Right, just you have to, no matter what, try to keep you cool no matter what at all possible costs, because it's not worth all the potential futures that involve you going to court and jail. We don't want that to anyone, and we don't want anyone getting hit because some male lost his cool. Just not worth it.
Yeah.
Another one is you could choose women wisely. So back to what we were saying before about like what guys choose women with red flags. So if you're only in situations with women that respect you and are very happy, would never touch you in a like a very bad way, like would never hit you, anything like that. If you choose the right kind of girls from the beginning and notice the red flags, your life is going to be 1000% easier. If a woman ever just disrespects you, hits you, anything, immediately walk away, never talk to her again. Immediately, don't even ask any questions. Done. It is over. Just never again. Only deal with women that actually show you respect and are pleasant to be around and would never do anything to hurt you or your career. Only deal with people who will only
Compliment you.
right and support you in your life goals. Choose your women very carefully. Don't let the sexual urge you make you be with a girl who will not treat you like a king. You never want to go through that ever in your
Yeah.
entire life.
And also goes into the next one where is to know when you should be walking away. So like if you, let's say, are in, I wouldn't want to say probably marriage, but I mean it doesn't matter. If you are in some sort of relationship, regardless if it's long term, short term, whatever it is, if you are being disrespected, feel like your emotional self control is being tested very much. Especially if you do have emotional self control, you know that you're tested, and it's getting to a point where it's getting very hard to you know to know when you should not and do. You should. This is the time when you walk away. This is the time where you say, you know what, I'm done. Let's this is not happening right now. I'm gonna go and whatever. See you later. And that's the best thing to do, honestly, because you would rather the best thing to do is walk away from a situation, a negative situation, than to engage in a negative situation. You don't want to continue a situation that will negatively affect you in both mental, physical, and emotional. You don't want any of that negativity around. And so, if you are getting into an emotional and very negative situation, the best thing to do is to leave, is to just go the other way. And if it's somebody that you're seeing or whatever, be like, yeah, I'm going, I'm leaving, I'll see you when I see you. Maybe we're not like this. Or be like, we're done. I'm not going to talk to you ever anymore, blah blah blah, whatever. Go. You have to know when to just let go and walk away from bad situations, especially if it's a continuous thing and it's not going away. Just get rid of it. Just rip the band-aid off and go.
Right. Next thing you want to do is make sure that you have to understand that you're accountable for everything you do, and your actions mean everything. Everything that you do can and will be used against you in the future if you're not doing things properly. Make sure you have a system and a certain way you act that will protect yourself from any accusations in the future. Make sure that you know exactly what you're doing at all times. Your actions will define you. Just like Batman said, Batman Begins. Your actions are everything that you are. So you will display things like the way your mindset operates, you'll display in your actions. So if you're not careful with what you do, things may end up in a really bad situation.
Yeah, and especially what you say as well. Like actions don't also mean, you know, physical. It also means what you say. Because again, we've said it before. Women can use that against you too. So anything that you say, do, whatever, it can be used against you. So your everything that you do will mean everything when it comes to certain things like this. If you know how to talk to women, if you know what to do to protect yourself when it comes to things like this, um, to make sure that nothing can never come out against you, especially falsely. That is the best thing to do. Always know how to move yourself, speak to people, and to ensure that nothing bad can come at you.
Right. Next thing is that you have to make women earn you. And when I say that, what I'm meaning is that you want to be only in sort of relationships with the opposite sex that have women in a position where they look up to you and they're trying to kind of like earn being with you, and you're putting yourself you have to put yourself in a pedestal basically, and you want to be in a position that women actually are trying to get with you, and they respect you and desire you so much that they will do anything to try to be with you. And only certain men have this ability, because only certain men, all the girls and all that. But you have to really have a high regard in yourself and be extremely confident. And in return, the women will sense that you're all about yourself, and they're going to follow your lead, and they're going to want to earn you. And they would never want to do any kind of crap like accusations, or they would never try to hit you or anything, because you're the guy that they really desire. And that really, you have to understand women, understand how things are in order to make that happen. What do you think, Mike?
Yeah, don't let you, like we said, like Andrew was saying, you put yourself on a pedestal. You are the prize. Okay, I said it. I said it. Um, and if you don't like something about how someone does something, then either you say something about it or you just say, no, that's not for me. Uh, you, I feel like you don't deserve what I bring forth to the table. I'm gonna just find someone who does, and you could do things like that. And I feel like you should most of the time. I feel like you really should, say that, because your time and your worth is more important than dealing with people that don't respect your time or your worth.
Yeah, you can only
Yeah,
create respect if you respect yourself, and then doing so, your actions will demonstrate that you respect yourself, and girls will understand that, and they will respect you along the way. But you have to be very smooth and very cunning of how to act and all that in order to make that possible.
exactly. Respect is very necessary,
You have to
especially,
avoid,
and it's not just only women too. Respect is universal. But in this specific situation, if women respect you and you respect women, especially if you respect women, then everything will be good.
right,
And so we have example of how to protect yourself.
right.
So we're gonna talk
First, I want
about,
to say demonstrate behavior that will
yeah,
protect you from it. So everything you do, you want to make sure that you are just very smooth and clear with any intentions you have with girls and anything like that. I'm not saying not you don't have to be super super careful, but just be mindful of how you act and things you say, especially during text that can be used. You never know. Just be very careful about how you interact with the girls and all that. Camera up, right? So you could put cameras. This is just things that we thought of that might help guys ever avoid any of these accusations in the future. You can put cameras in your house, dash cam in your car, your phone. If you think anything's going to go down, get your camera ready. That way, if any girl ever comes at you with anything like, oh well, remember when you told me how much you love my dick and all that kind of stuff, like then they're like, oh crap, and then it's over. So you can camera up, demonstrate behavior that protects, basically, like it's the same thing, just having social intelligence and being smart with how you move. That way, no girl would even ever want to do, you know, try to get you in that way and try to destroy your life. And you're such a great guy that no girl would ever want it anyway. So your behavior can demonstrate just how great of a guy you are. and that you are that guy, and that no girl would ever want to go against that guy.
Yeah, exactly. And so now we actually have a real life example right here of how you do protect yourself. So this is a screenshot from Andrew's phone that we put into the slide for you here, so we can read along, and Andrew can explain himself and why he did these specific
I have to
things.
explain myself.
So I'm gonna read his text, and then I want him to explain what he's
Well,
talking
I'll go.
about.
I guess I'll start first because context.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for
So
context.
I was I had a sexual relationship. It was a nice night with a female, and when I got home from seeing that woman that night, I said I got home safe. I had fun. That was hot. Like, we had a good time and
Fire.
everything. And
And you're pretty cool.
and you're pretty cool. Which is very true. I did think that, and I did say that. And then she says, so she
Yay.
said,
Yeah, it was. We defs vibe. You're fun to be with, and I can tell you have good intentions.
well. So if this girl ever in the future was like, "Oh, he hit me," like, really, you
Or
like
he
that?
or he sexually abused me or something.
And
All
then
he's got
I
to
have
do.
these text messages,
Yeah.
and it's like, well, okay. So it's just getting basically, and this is like the first time I met a girl. So it's kind of just getting to know, making sure the girl basically explicitly says like she had a good time seeing you and everything. So if ever any crap ever came up, I have the evidence that proves that, like, oh, it was actually, she had a really good time, it was fun, and all that kind of stuff. So some certain things you could do, like I sent that text to have her say it was a good time, which it was, and it's also just proves that it's good vibes all around. And you just have to be, you could do things like that just to make sure you're in the safe zone, especially like because that was the first time I met the girl in person. So I want to make sure that it was a good impression, it was the first good time, it was a good time at first, and so
Yeah, and this just saves your butt later on, just in case if
yeah, just
anything,
I've never had a
you know.
problem like what Jonathan Majors is going through, but never, just sending simple text like that are easy ways
Yeah,
just to make
just
things easier.
yeah,
It's,
just to
it's
have
minimizing damage.
yeah,
That's all it is.
yeah, it's just to have receipts just in case of Andrew and I become we get any subscribers on this YouTube channel, and then she realizes, oh, he's famous now, he's gonna have a lot of money. Maybe if I had said in the news, he hit me or he sexually abused me or something, maybe I can get some money out of it and some fame. But then Andrew just comes up and just shows everyone the screenshot from, what is that, March 26th. Actually, I think that's funny. I think the March 26th is when Jonathan Majors was accused of
Oh boy.
all these allegations and stuff. So Andrew can just show the screenshot and be like, "You're wrong because you said that I was fun and I was a vibe and I was fun to be with and I have good intentions. So how would you think I had good intentions if you think that I did this to you?" So that's just a way to prevent someone to falsely accuse you. And yeah, just don't let those people try to do that to you. This is the best way to do it. And it's super easy, something super simple that you can do. And don't think, oh, if you text them first, after an encounter or whatever,
Yeah, don't overthink it,
that you might
guys.
think you're weak.
Don't
No,
yeah.
this is mostly just to just to cover your butt
You
on the
guys,
way out.
yeah, exactly. So that's basically what we got for today. Any other thoughts?
No, I think we said a lot of the things that we needed to say. I feel like, with everything going on with Jonathan Majors, is very important. I feel like for other people, out there in the world to see what's happening and to understand what we're talking about and how they can apply it in their real life. I feel like people can take the things that we've brought up in these slides, and especially what we said while we were reading the article. And I feel like if you just applied it and found solutions that you might see in yourself, like, hey, I lose my temper a lot, especially when women try to mess with me. Maybe I should try to go for combat sports. Maybe I should try to find a way to learn emotional self-control. Maybe I could have turned into someone like Jonathan Majors if I didn't watch this video, watch this live stream. Maybe I could get some help like that, and maybe I can be better. So I'm hoping that people who watch the live stream or have watched this after the fact can find some value in what we brought to the table here, and that they can apply it to their real life and can help them in the future.
Right. So if you guys like this content, make sure you not only comment and let your thoughts in the comment section, but also smash that like button, and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And you could donate to the Cash App link in the description below. Hope you guys took a lot from this video. Love this kind of stuff. So when we can, we will see you guys next video or live stream.